Hello, everyone.
Hi.
All right, we may be waiting on just a few more students here. Waiting on this one more. We can go ahead and get started. Great turnout today. All right, so the order. Let me see if she's here first, actually. Risha, Abhiram. We're just going to go down the line. Rashab, Rhea, Oliver, and Varun. Rashab's here. All right, not yet. All right, so when it's your turn, you're going to go ahead and state your name, the name of your piece, and then who wrote the piece, if you know who that is. It's at the top right of the piece under the title, far right. All right, so Risha, you were up first.
I need the sheet.
Mm-hmm. What are you playing for us today?
I played the Winter Tale.
All right, sorry, one moment here. And you're playing from memory, correct or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it says perform from memory. Maybe it was a mistake. You say you don't think so, though? Do you have it memorized?
No.
Okay, it may have been a mistake. Okay, whenever you're ready. And then make sure your original sound is on if you started playing already. Nicely done, Risha. And then going forward, whoever is performing, make sure your camera is on so we can see your hands or at least your face. It helps us a bit better. All right, so Risha, overall it sounds really good. I was looking at, I noticed your left hand. You want to make sure you're connecting. So we have this little smiley face here, as I call it. It's a slur. Do you know what a slur does?
It makes it like smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth or it's connected, right? So if this is not here, the notes are not connected. When it is here, think of like a string. You don't want to cut it in half because then it's two pieces, right? So we want to make sure it's connected. So in order to do this, can you turn your camera on so I can see your hands? I'm
Uh,
gonna have you adjust your placement on the piano.
I um I don't have my hands here because I need another camera for that.
Okay, no worries. So essentially, if you're looking at the correct fingering here, you want to slide your hand up on the piano. So a lot of students play on the edge of the keys or right in the middle, but slide your hand forward to where your thumb is hovering above the F sharp. That way you'll connect it. I don't have to stretch because the thumb is already there waiting to play the F sharp. So go ahead and slide your hand forward so your fingers are in between the black notes. And go ahead and try just that left hand for the first line. Yeah, better. We're getting there. Nice. Yeah, if you want to make sure they're very smooth and they're connected. Really good. And then there's also some rhythm. I liked your rhythm a lot throughout the piece. At first, it was a little, you would play a section, then you would kind of slow down, and you would kind of pause. So you would play 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2. So, but then towards the end, you got the pulse. So I think it was just maybe a startup issue. But make sure you have that clock constantly ticking in your head. That'll always help. So tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's going to help you really keep the momentum. That's why we have you all practice with a metronome. So going forward, just be thinking of that clock. It should really help you with your pulse, keeping it consistent. But other than that, it sounded really good. Great job, Risha. All right, next up, we have Abhiram. Don't forget, if you are playing, have your camera on so we can see your hands. If not your hands, at least your face. This is a performance. Look forward to seeing you all play. All right, Abhiram, name of your piece and then who the composer is.
Oh, let me see the composer. Okay. I'm Biram, and I'm playing Minuet by Leopold Mozart.
Awesome. Nicely done. Overall, it sounds great. The speed is there because you're playing it very confidently, which is great. The one thing I wanted to look at was keeping it consistent. So with a metronome, you always want to make sure you're backing it up quite a bit. So in other words, play it around with the speed you're playing. I'd say around 80 is fine, but make sure you are keeping in time or you're aligned with that pulse. Some students play before the click or slightly after the click. Usually it's before, but actually usually it's after for some reason. Make sure that you're playing right on the click. I'll demonstrate really quickly. And then the next thing I was going to say was your articulation. So what measures do we have staccatos in? Can you tell the class that? Just for the first two lines.
What measures? Measure 1, 3, 5, and 7. Oh, and
Awesome.
wait, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8.
Then 8, yeah, 7 and 8, right, exactly. So you want to make sure you were kind of playing it already, right? So if you have a slur, this is kind of what Risha was playing. Risha had slurs but no staccatos. So every time you see slurs and staccatos, a lot of professors or teachers say long, short, right? Because you're connecting it. Long, short. Long. I had my pedal down. Sorry. Long, short. Long. You were playing very quickly, so you were naturally playing a staccato, more of a marcato, but we want to make sure that it's very short, right? We want to really hear that. Make sure it's really detached. So let's go ahead and play it a little. Oh, sorry, I was going to play it at 80 beats per minute. Same difference. I mean, I kind of already did. You have the idea. So let's go ahead and play just the first. Let's play the first two lines one more time, but really add your staccato in. So play it slower this time, so you can focus on your articulation. Nice, really good, just like that. Yeah, so we want to make sure that you really have that nice and detached when that comes up. It adds more character to your piece, right? Nicely done. All right, next up, what do we have here? Rhea, or Rhea, sorry, I can't recall. Is it Rhea?
Rhea.
Awesome, awesome. What are you playing for us today, Rhea?
I'm playing bagpipe.
All right. By anonymous, no worries. We don't know who it is. All right, whenever you're ready. Nicely done. And then, so looking at your left hand, what notes are you playing? I believe you're playing a triad.
I
So
don't know.
yeah, you're okay. A triad is three notes. And a dyad is two notes. But how many notes were you playing in your left hand? I think you're playing three by mistake.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. So notice we don't have that middle note there. You're playing the G chord, right? But you want to make sure you're playing just 5 and 1. Yeah. You don't have to play it again, but no, that was fine. So 5 and 1. I don't think your piano is touch sensitive, but essentially,
My,
you want to make sure it
my,
is.
pi- my piano is actually a keyboard.
Right, right. I don't think it's touch sensitive though. If you were to tap a note versus pressing it, can you play softly versus loudly? Just like one or two notes. So play the first note very loudly, and then tap it very softly. Okay, no worries. It's not. It's not. It's okay. So essentially, you want to make sure that your right hand is louder than your left, right? But we'll get to that later. It's okay. Overall, it sounds good. The main issue was just the left hand. So we're just playing 5-1, not 5-3-1. But great job. Did you have this piece
Thank you.
memorized yet? I think you did. Was it memorized?
Yeah.
Awesome. Really good. Yeah, so just fix that one little mistake and you have it. It's really good.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. All right, Oliver. Is Oliver here? Yes.
Yeah,
AKA Ollie. How are you?
good, thanks. Sorry.
Doing well. All right, so what are we playing today?
So I'm gonna be playing Married Life by Michael Giacchino.
Good piece. All right, you playing the whole thing? Are there any repeats?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just doing page 1 and 2, and then I'm cutting to page 6, and I'm just to the third measure on page 6.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, whenever you're, just make sure your original sound is on and whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. That's all I'm
Okay,
playing.
nice. Sounds good. Really nice. All right, start the whole piece. You're playing it confidently. I like the rhythms. I was talking to Ray about this also when it comes to the touch sensitivity. You want to make sure that your right hand is a little bit louder than your left. I always tell students think of a band. The singer shouldn't be softer than the instruments, right? The drum set, piano, guitar, whatever it may be. If we can't hear the singer, then we don't really know what the meaning of the piece is, right? So we want to make sure that in this case, the right hand is usually the melody in a lot of pieces. Sometimes it's left hand, but in this case, your right hand should be a lot louder, right? And the left hand shouldn't be too loud. So let's go ahead and look at just the intro, the first line. Can we go ahead and practice with the left hand being softer?
Alright.
Good. Yeah, and it takes some time. Yeah, it's going to be quite an adjustment. But overall, yes, you want to make sure your right hand's louder, your left hand is a bit softer. Just imagine just imagine tapping the left hand notes and not actually pressing them down. You want to make sure it's a bit softer. If the left hand is loud, then the right hand is even louder, right? So the right hand, this piece is mezzo forte starting off. So it's loud, it's confident. Doesn't mean to play the left hand piano. Just make sure maybe it's mezzo piano, right? It's a little bit louder. And then of course your right hand will shine. But overall, it sounds good. Look forward to hearing the rest of the piece. I like this version. It's nice with the 16ths in the right hand. All right. Thank you for that, Oliver. Last but not least, we have Varun. Who are you playing for us today, and who is the composer of your piece?
Yeah. I'll be playing Minuet in G.
All right. Nicely done. All right, so the biggest thing is throughout the piece, you're playing at around 75-ish beats per minute. I was checking over here on my metronome. That's a good tempo to be at, but you want to go ahead and make sure you slow it down to around, I don't like going below 60. So I would go ahead and work on 60 beats per minute, section by section. And when I say section by section, don't focus on playing the whole first page, but look at where the section ends or where the phrase ends. Even transitions, if you notice, the left hand always plays eighth notes going into a quarter or a half note. So that's the end of your section or your phrase. So essentially it's line by line. This piece is pretty easy when it comes to the phrasing. So I would go ahead and focus on line by line at 60 beats per minute, and this will make sure it's very consistent. And 60 is actually pretty slow. I think you can play around your 75. It's just a matter of repeating to make sure we have one phrase completely established, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you play it right now, but this is 75. You're playing around this pace. So around that pace, I want you to go ahead and just work on that in Kaizen. So essentially your first phrase goes into the first beat of the next line. That's also gonna help eliminate any transition hiccups. And then same thing for your second section into that second line. So essentially, yeah, you would go ahead and play it like this. I would play each line about 2 times, maybe 3 at 75 to make sure it's consistent. But overall, it sounds great, yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll end it there for now. I think everyone played today. We just missed one student, but that's okay. Did anyone have any questions about their own piece or anyone else's piece? All right, we all did very well. I'll see you next week. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Bye.
4th of July.
Happy July.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye bye.